Okay. Good morning, everybody. We're gonna try this again. I had gotten through a little bit of the original broadcast. This is my first time on YouTube Live. So we're gonna try something, and you know what? This has crashed too. What the heck is going on? Interesting. My computer is wigging out, and I can't press anything. Well, right now, you're listening to Bead's internal wavetable synth being modulated by the Batumi LFO. And, all right. Take two. Or actually, this is about take 4. Maybe streaming today is not in the cards. But I'm gonna give this a go again. I gotta do my morning pages anyway, so I'll keep this running and hopefully you can hear me. And if not, then I guess this is just going somewhere out into the universe anyway. But right now you're listening to Beads. We've got the internal wavetable synth droning, and I've got the wavetable type sweeping through very slowly using the Batumi LFO, and I've also got the Batumi tweaking the time, which for that knob is sweeping through the actual waveform for that wave type. So we're getting some cool, strange little noises. We've got the reverb almost all the way up. And I'm trying to figure out how I could monitor the chat. It says I don't have any live videos right now. Let's see. You know what I might do? I might just turn all of this off. Unless anyone could hear me. And maybe just record this offline. So I can keep my streak going at least. Hold on a second. Go ahead and enjoy the drone of this Beads. I'm gonna go check something. I'm in awe how YouTubers do these live streams. I think I'm just old. Ooh, there's some sharp noises going on over there. Sorry about that. Just trying to figure out a way to monitor these chats live, but I might have to just check it in another room. Okay, so I think we are a-okay with the stream. What we're gonna do, let me turn this down. What we're gonna be doing today is going through our morning pages. If you are unfamiliar with the concept, it was originally penned by Julia Cameron in The Artist's Way. This book right here. Definitely a big influence on me. I started writing her, she suggests writing a journal every morning upon waking up. And I decided to see if I could apply that to music, since it's my profession. And I think I have a pretty decent system. So the first thing I do when I wake up, instead of starting to write a journal freehand with no judgments, I just do the same thing, but I write in the DAW and in the studio. So this is Morning Pages. I do this every day. I stream it on Twitch, but I'm taking a break today on Twitch because of the much discussed protest, and just wanted to stand in solidarity with those other Twitch streamers, the big ones and the medium-sized ones that are actually affected by the issue. You could look it up if you are unaware of what all is going on today on that platform. But I thought it was also be a good opportunity to try out YouTube streaming. And of course, you know, waking up and hearing the news, I had about half an hour to 45 minutes to try to figure out this whole, well, first of all, research the issue itself, and then I had about 15 minutes to figure out how to get on to YouTube Live. I think we finally are on, which is great. So let's go ahead and get started. So the one thing I like to do with Morning Pages is give myself some parameters, because I don't know about you, but first thing in the morning, I am not mentally capable to make kind of, I guess, big decisions. So I always like to have this crutch of having a couple of parameters to just fall back on. So today's parameters, they're normally randomly generated, but if you can see in the hardware and the VST, I've got two CZ phase distortion type instruments, actually three, because the live instrument is Kasio, which is made by Max for Live. And I also have a plugin called Virtual CZ. So today will be all about phase distortion. And I'm going to try and compare some of the sounds. They might not be exact, but we want to compare some of those virtual sounds in the comparing the actual hardware with the software. I think that would be kind of interesting. And we're just going to try to make a track. You know, it's not going to be the next big hit, but we're just going to try to make a track using those sounds and using a drum machine and maybe some other hardware or software, and just see where it takes us. So if you wanted to follow along in your own DAW, you can mute me and work on some of your own morning pages, or wherever you are, afternoon, evening, early morning pages. But yeah, if we follow some of the same parameters and start sharing some wave files, I'm sure some can fit in together, and we can kind of collaborate that way. So we're going to have the tempo of 128 beats per minute. We're going to be in the key of D and the scale of Phrygian dominant. We're going to be using 4 types of phase distortion synthesizers, starting with the CZ101, the actual hardware synth that I'll point the camera to when we get to that section. The live instrument Kasio with a K, which was programmed in Max for Live. We'll also be using Arturia's somewhat new CZV, which is a virtual CZ101. We'll also, not listed on the page, is another VST called Virtual CZ, made by Plugin Boutique. And we'll be using this MIDI effect called Space Invaders that you can pick up at Isotonik Studios as part of their arcade series. I also like to put an oblique strategy of the day, whether it's followed or not, but it's always a good piece of advice to listen to, especially for music production. This was penned originally by Brian Eno on a card deck, but I have a virtual version on the iPad. So I like to generate a new one every day, and so today's is look at the order in which you do things, and we'll try to keep that in mind as we go through our song. So the first hour or so is going to be figuring out some of the elements that we're going to put in. We'll probably record a lot of it over to audio. I have sort of a slowish computer, so I always like to, especially with the VSTs, to get those into audio format as quickly as I can, save on that precious CPU. And then the final half hours or so, might take less, might take longer, will be in arrangement view, putting all of those elements together into a final song. And what I love about morning pages is that, you start off the day with a blank slate, and by the end, you've got a somewhat finished or somewhat structured song or idea. So something that didn't exist in the universe just a couple hours prior now exists, and you can organize them and see if you want to actually finish it and hopefully release it if it's something good. As you can imagine, not every day is going to be poetry. So I think the point of the whole exercise is to just show up and do it. And eventually, or occasionally, you'll have something that you'll want to finish and release to the rest of the world. So that's my process. I usually do it on Twitch, but today we're doing it on YouTube Live. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna turn down, let's get a drone in D. See if we can do that. I think that's D. Let's see. Okay, I think that's D. The tuner is not picking anything up. Oh, and the reason why is because I'm on the wrong track. We're at C sharp. Let me move this wave table up. Okay, so I think we have a decent drone going. I kind of like that sound and how it's going and how it's so unpredictable. This could kind of act as a little textural layer. So we'll start off with a VST. I'm gonna go ahead and let's put in the Max for Live Kasio device. It's a Max instrument. And we've got a lot of different types. Oh, this is perfect, because I know that this is the initial preset on the 101. Okay, so let's now get into the right scale. We want to be in D, Phrygian dominant. Okay, so I've just put that into the push. So D. It sounds pretty decent with our drone. And I just want to hear how this sounds. That's the Phrygian dominant. Okay, so right now you're listening to that Kasio emulation, but what I did when I tried the stream earlier was connect the actual CZ101. So let me bring the camera over and you can kind of take a look and see. This is the actual CZ101 right here. And I've got it on that Brass Ensemble 2, which, we are on Brass Ensemble 1, so let me go ahead and put it to Brass Ensemble 2 on the virtual CZ and hear how that sounds. Let's see. That's gonna sound like this. Okay, now on the CZ101 itself, let's see how that sounds. Can't hear it. And the reason is because I have a MIDI effect on before. That's a... And I also have to, well, I don't have to arm it because I'm going to be on the keyboard itself. Can you hear anything? No. Okay. What's going on over here? Oh. What happened? Okay. Hold on a second. Looks like I mistakenly... I have to Command Z. Command Z. I have to undo all of this because I accidentally put a Kasio instrument here. So let me go ahead and replace this one with the Brass Ensemble 2. We'll take a quick listen to it. Is that brass? That's not brass. Okay, now we're gonna have to figure out all what's going on. So I've got the CZ101 going into track 2. We're listening to track 2. And I don't hear anything. And it was working before. Oh. Alright, I gotta figure this out. Let me reset the well, in the meantime, let's go ahead and put in a little riff. I think the CZ is on channel 1. Something is not working. Let me see if it's something else. see if this is working. None of my hardware is working today. You know what? I have a feeling it has to do with my settings. With all that was going on today. No, looks like everything's... all my inputs are up. All of my inputs are there. There we go. Okay, now we're getting some sound. Maybe I just needed to change some things around. The CZ is still not working. Me. Okay. 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 I think it's gonna work now. There we go. Okay. We have sound. One of the things I would normally preach is, you know, have everything all set up so that when you wake up in the morning, you can just start making music. But as you can see, every once in a while, you'll have some troubleshooting issues. But okay, where were we? Let me get back to the Kasio. This is brass ensemble 2. Let me go ahead and put that brass ensemble 1 over here. Does that sound similar to you? So what I got here is, and it's weird, the tuning on this is off. This is actually, this is the D right here. And I'm pressing an A. It's real crackly, but pretty similar. There's some differences, including some of that hardware crackle that I guess people like, but I don't necessarily like that. And I think I'm able to ooh, it's real noisy. I think a little too hot up here. It could be my audio settings too. Let me take a quick look. I'm gonna see if I can get away with a better latency setting. Yeah. So it was the computer that was crackling. Okay, so we got our CZ101. I'm gonna rename this track. Okay. And now I'm gonna add 2 more MIDI tracks, Command-Shift-T on the Mac. And we're gonna put our other 2 phase distortion emulators on there. So what we'll do is we'll put the virtual CZ. Virtual CZ. And the reason why that's a pattern coming from the TD3. So I'm going to just go ahead and make these push 2 as the input. And let's hear how this sounds. And I should start arming, put the arm exclusive on. So that's the virtual CZ. Although let's take a quick look and see if we can get that brass ensemble. Just so we're listening to the same thing. And on this Kasio, okay, that's the virtual CZ. The Kasio is this one. A little different. It sounds like the plugin boutique version has an effect on there. Or the release is a little bit different. Okay, and then for the third one, we'll have to put in Arturia's. Plugin. That will be the CZV right here. So we have 3 virtual CZ101s and we have 1 actual CZ101. I have to say that it's easier to program the VSTs. Starting to run out of window space. And then this is brass. Let's compare them. Let me change my settings to ARM exclusive. I don't know. I think they labeled them all kind of a little different because they're all supposed to be brass. But let's go ahead and that's the actual CZ101. For some reason, it is not letting me program it. Is it channel 1? Channel 2? Hold on, I'm gonna have to experiment. Yeah, this is getting from the push. Let me try it from the matriarch. That's the matriarch down here, so that has nothing to do with CZ. So let's go ahead and let's create something. What I like to do is, well, let's first of all get into the correct BPM. 128 we said, right? And I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little 4 on the floor beat on here, just so we know what we're doing. And right now, this track in Ableton, the first in Ableton Live, the first one is called Drum. And it's actually just pushing MIDI out to the TR-8S. So oh. There we go. So this is just a 808 kick. Maybe we'll just keep a little generic techno beat going. just so we have something to keep us in time. Okay, let me close out these windows. I'm gonna start off with the, let's figure out what we want to do with the Kasio, with the K. Maybe we can start off with a good preset. Oh, I know. There it is. This is the same patch that's on the actual. Sounds different to me. Looks like, yeah, something weird's going on with the audio interface. Troubleshoot that later. So let's try something else. And okay. It's just like a little riff that we can put in as a placeholder. Looks like it's 11 bars. I don't know why I have to keep resetting this. Anybody out there know why? Usually it's if I'm at too low of a buffer size, but seems to be doing it also at some of these crazy sample rates. Okay, so let's go ahead and now work on this second part. Maybe we'll use the virtual CZ. Let's just take a quick look, see if there's anything good. I like how that says sequence me. So maybe we'll do that. Let's use a sequencer. I'm going to use, my favorite one is MDD Snake, which is a Rene emulator. Make Noise Rene. It's a Eurorack module. And what you'll see here is that you've got a bank of 16 notes, and once you press play, it's going to just go through each one of these 16 notes as represented by a dial. And you also have a velocity area that you can mess with. And then also, this is your gate. So this is when it's going to trigger. So watch. We have no notes, so we're going to ramp. This is interesting. Nothing seems to be working. Oh, the reason is because this one needs a velocity input. That's so high up there. I'm gonna go on the lower register. Now that we have like a little pattern going, I'm gonna go through and see if there's any good preset that we can mess with. Let's make this our bass track. I'm gonna put in some random sequences and see if there's anything that speaks to me. That's too much going on. I'm gonna take some of these gates off. Take it back. I don't think I want bass. So it's just going to be repeating the same pattern, but now what I'm going to do so that we're in the right key is use Live's scale MIDI effect and make sure we are in, what do we call this? Phrygian dominant. So we got a Phrygian dominant, and we're in the key of D. And I want to add some variation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the steps to 13. To give it some variation, and then maybe these steps will go down to another prime number. 11. Let's get this to 14. Okay. Let's see how this sounds in context. I'm now not a fan of this, of this part right here. So, let's mess around with. I just don't like the pattern, actually. Let's use another sequencer. Let's go ahead and use that Space Invaders. This is max for live. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna so this is what Space Invaders looks like. It's part of the arcade series. It's distributed by Isotonik Studios, and the name of the developer escapes me right now. But if you go to Isotonik Studios, you can see who the creator of that is. So what this is essentially doing is you've got your starships down here, and you've got your invaders, and they're going to be moving. And these invaders represent notes, and you can go over here on the right-hand side of the panel and tell it what type of notes or what other types of parameters you would want those invaders to be in, or what these rows represent. And you could turn on and off these starfighters. So let's just hear what this sounds like. So this is at a very low register. Let's see if there's another. Yeah. What we want to do is we want to, first of all, find a new patch. Fairy tale, how about that? More keys. I mean, we could always add some. Yeah, let's go with that, and we can add some. Well, we'll put in our own delay. And what I'll also want to do is put in another MIDI effect, scale effect. Right here. Okay, and because we are running out of some precious CPU, I'm going to go ahead and record these parts as audio, and then just get rid of the device altogether, because, or we'll just turn them off, because the CZV by Arturia takes up a lot of CPU. At least on my computer. So let's do double duty and record both of these guys in. So the audio for this one is going to be from the virtual CZ, which is going to be our baseline. And let's go ahead and record those two parts in. Now our bass line is a little, has some polyrhythms going on, so I'm gonna let that run. And just for some variation, I'm gonna go back to that Space Invaders and mess with some stuff. Okay, I think we got enough variation in there. I'm liking how that sounds. Okay, So with this virtual CZ, I'll turn that off just so we're saving on some CPU. Now let's get to the virtual CZ. I think I'm gonna put in some pads. And I'm gonna take a look over here at the noodler. I'm gonna see if I can get into the that same scale. Phrygian dominant in D. Let's see. Oh yeah, we got a Phrygian. I don't know what the difference between Phrygian and Phrygian dominant is, if anybody knows. So what this is going to do, the noodler, if you're familiar with it, I can, I set the parameters that I want, including the key and the scale and tempo if I'm going to be using the internal clock. And you actually have 4 parts. You have a pad part, which will generate chords depending on a bunch of parameters like the position or the strum or the range or the spread. We're gonna mess with that. The drone, which is kind of usually just a 1 or 2 note droning sequence. And then you got 2 lead sequences called motif 1 and 2. Since we already have a bass line and a little bit of a lead, we're going to use the pad. I'll turn that on right now to on the noodler to control the CZ101. But first I want to find a good pad sound. That is not my idea of a pad sound. Ambient dawn. Let's go ahead and play and see if there's anything that'll work with this. See my CPU crackling. Actually, putting some chord progressions on the push is working for me. See if there's anything else out here. Cesiolina, Solina. Okay. Let's just use this for now, and we can always change the patch and mess with some of the parameters. Actually, this is cool. You have some reverb that you can mess with. Okay. So in order to have the noodler control this track, I'm going to go into live and make sure that my MIDI from is going to be listening to the noodler port 1. This is connected via USB, so it renames all of the MIDI inputs and outputs for you, which is great. So let's go ahead and go around this little circle. This is how you trigger the chords. Okay, we're currently in triad mode, but let's go ahead and try one of these other scales. And I'm going to mess also with the position and the range. Man, I'm telling you, this noodler is great fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record in some of that MIDI and then just watch where the MIDI takes us. Okay, so you see we've got a lot of, first of all, MIDI note information, but the cool thing is the noodler is going to go ahead and send out all of that MIDI information. And now I didn't quite perfectly position all of my button presses, and there's also some strum to it. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. I just want to have like a straight up chord. So I'm going to just quantize this at 100%. And let's listen to that sequence again. And we can move around some of these notes. And yeah, that'll be our pad. Oh, you know what? Shoots, I am in D. Wait a second. Was I in the wrong? I think I was. Okay, well the good thing is now we're in the right scale. I'm going to go ahead and move some of these notes that are not in my scale. This is the great thing about Live's new scale view, is you can see what is and what is not in the correct scale. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm also going to put in a external audio effect. I'm going to be using the Eventide H9 to add some more spacey elements to it. So let me go ahead and turn on the H9. as that loads, oh shoot, do this again. Give me just a quick second. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and listen to just our pad, and then let's see if we can add some subtle, or not so subtle, external effects. Maybe space-time. It's so busy. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just use a plugin. It's a little shimmer verb. So you hear, well, you know what? I take it back. Oh, I love how this adds warmth. Look how my push is just going crazy with all of those chords. I don't know if anybody knows what the polyphony of the CZ101 is, but I'm sure it's not like 8. Okay, I think I like this. It's nice and warm, and I just want to get rid of this plugin, or I want to deactivate it so I can enjoy the rest of the session without stressing out about my CPU. So we're going to record the CZV channel, and let's just listen to it, and I'm going to manipulate the hot knob on the H9, and yeah, let's go from there. By changing some of these parameters on the stomp box, you can hear some of that great detune. Okay, I didn't want to loop that. I think this is just going to be a one-part epic area in our composition. Okay, so the great thing is we were able to record all that in, so I can deactivate these guys. And as you can see, my CPU sort of went down. Okay. Actually, we'll just go ahead and deactivate those tracks as well. Okay, so let's work on some drums. We were able to get all of our instruments in, which is great. So now we could just work on our drums and maybe some other elements. Oh, we also have our modular drone that we can record in. But first things first, maybe something a little more, well, I like the 4 on the floor feel, especially at this tempo. So let me duplicate this out. Okay. And we'll do some sound design on the TR-8S just a second, but I want to maybe this is another fun thing I like to do, which is just put in a 16th note hi-hat and pull the chants down. And this is Live 11's new feature of adding a lot of cool random and chants tools. Maybe at the end we do a little bit of a hat roll because, you know, why not? And maybe on here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. That audio engine, what's going on? So, we quantize that. I think we're good. Oh, it's only sometimes. That's so weird. We can add some percussive elements too. Let's go ahead and start off our bar with that iconic 808 crash cymbal. Maybe some claps somewhere. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. We're gonna just keep this basic, but I'm gonna change up the kick and the snare. What is that? That is so... What is going on? If there's anything I could deactivate right now. Well, let's just go ahead and move up. That usually seems to work temporarily. Okay, yeah. It's kind of a good, well, it's a good basic 4 on the floor that we can mess with when we get it into arrangement. What else is needed in here? Let me turn on all of the elements and let's just loop it through and see if there's anything that we can add. We also have the Prophet 6, we've got the Moog Matriarch. The matriarch. Let me point down. Let's see if we can put something in here. here we go. Oh, I know. Let me turn on the arpeggiator. Okay, I'm gonna just mess with that rate, and I'm just gonna record this in as audio, as like a little sauce for the rest of the track. That is so annoying. And we go back to 256. I didn't see my CPU going up too much. Okay, I think we got something. Start over here. And I don't think we captured all of that, but that's okay. So that was just using the internal arpeggiator on the matriarch to add in just a couple of like digital guitar sounding hits. I think it's got a good vibe. And the last thing to do is just to kind of record in this modular drone for some sauce. More sauce, I guess. So I'm gonna turn this around and I'm gonna manually manipulate some of these things. For better or worse. All right, let's go ahead and we're gonna record. Jeez. keep doing this. I've never had to do this before. Anybody else have this issue? Messed up because I messed with the oh yeah, good, we're at D. Okay. So, might not have been the best drone of all time, but I think we got some in here that, you know, it's not going to be super high up in the mix. I just wanted to put in some extra, I just call it sauce, because it's adds a little something to a track that can't really describe, but it really, if it's not in there, then you notice it. Okay, so I think we're good. What I'm gonna do, and this is always tricky, so bear with me if this crashes, but recently I've been having good luck. But whenever I move a track or delete a track, recently in Live 11, I will get a crash. So let's see. Move that over. Cross our fingers. Yes. The reason why I want to move this track over is because now we're going to go into arrangement view, and we are going to just jam what we have. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 6 tracks. And then I can't remember what we have over here. Oh yeah, we're not going to use this one. That down here. We've got a couple clips we could work with. And let's go ahead and arrange this. Now this is sort of what I like to call the Excel portion of music production. I mean, it does take creativity, of course, to, you know, put a song together, but, you know, we've done a lot of, you know, we've done light sound design. We've done the majority of our sequences. So now it's just a matter of looking at what we have and putting them together. And I only call it the Excel portion because, you know, a lot of it is copying and pasting and taking things out and putting things in, and quite frankly, live sort of looks like Excel, especially in arrangement or in a session. So, okay, so this is what we have. Let's go ahead and name these. This is our Moog guitar. This one is our little housey House CZ. I'll just call it House CZ. You know, that up. This one I think was our bass line. Let's just be sure. Yeah. CZ bass. Oh, the one thing we didn't do, but for some reason the MIDI is not working, is actually use the hardware, but that's okay. Save it for another day. This audio track right here, this one is our pads. This is our emo pads. I'll just call it emotional pad. And you remember what this one? Oh, this is our modular solves. Okay, and so it looks like today's jam will be about 2 minutes, and so yeah, just bear with me and watch along if you want to see how I'm doing this. I don't have any transitions or sweeps or anything like that, but that would be something that I might do if I decide to finish this song. So be sure to head back to Twitch on Friday. I'm going to do another morning pages in the morning, and then in the afternoon, Hawaii time, I'll be doing a new segment called Finish Friday, where I'm going to pick a track from a morning page, and I will put it together. I'll spend a couple hours to put it together and see if I'm able to finish the track. Of course, it's probably going to take longer than just a couple hours, but that was the plan. Just trying something new. Let me tighten this thing up. All right. Okay, so I am thinking for this, we can just get rid of, geez, there's that. Gonna have to change this again. What is that? Total mix. Oh, you know what? Is everything in the same? Okay, let's look. H5, 48, 48. Wait, no. Just want to make sure everything is in the same. Yeah, got the same sample rate across. Anyway, troubleshooting will be later. Okay. So we're going to just start off with the 4 on the floor. The Mo guitar could come out a little bit later. The house part could also come in a little bit later. And the emotional. And then I'm going to just go ahead and let this thing run all the way through, maybe to the 2.5 minute mark. We're going to, let me mess a little bit with my, what do they call this? My return delay. I'm going to add an LFO to the right-hand side of the ping pong echo device. And then let that go down. We'll keep it in time. Or maybe not. How about that? Okay. I'm liking how this is starting to sound. Actually, you know what? I'm going to tune this down an octave because it's pretty harsh in the mix. There we go. That sounds a lot better. And then with oops, this one, thinking we won't bring everything in. And then with this one, I'm gonna recolor these so I know that's just the kick. This one is just the hi-hats. Let's see. And this one will, yeah, and that's fine. And then over here, maybe I'm gonna put a little let's see. And then this guy is going to need some effects. Put in a micro pitch. Let's just see. Okay, I'm liking that. So what we'll do is we'll have a nice long break over here to let these emotional pads kind of come in and take over the show. And maybe right here add a little bit of a build. I don't want it to sound too. Yeah. Maybe the bass drops out down here. Bring it back over here towards the end. We can keep this guy going towards the end right here and maybe find a good spot. Oh, wait. Oh, no, this is the house. It's our little house. Housey-esque. And then, yeah, maybe we don't want that to go too long. Go ahead and let this go like this. Oh, wait. Yeah. We will go about here, and then we'll just start fading all of this out. Yeah, something real simple. Thinking you can also add a little micro break right here. We can also add a micro break right over here. Here, bring this back in over here, then drop the bass right around here. Yeah. And we'll let this go right up like that, subtly, maybe with a little bit of a curve. And same with this emotional pad. As this thing starts fading out, and actually maybe how many bars is this? Split this thing in half. I need the visual. And then we can end it actually just with the just with our little hit. These guys ring out this last one. Hopefully that LFO is going to hit at the right spot on the digital edge delay that I got in there. And then this one will just kind of fade out into the sunset right here as well. I'm liking where this is taking us. The only other thing that might be fun, if you can bear with me for a second, is I want to add a sample.
Was written by Warren Graves.
So another one of my favorite VSTs is this radio app. If you watch the show on Twitch, you'll know I'm always scouring this radio app for cool samples. I like using a lot of the old-time radio stations because most of the programs that they're running are public domain. So if you decide to use a sample, then you're usually okay. Let's see. C-SPAN. Now, we don't want to listen to the news today.
Now, we have just concluded the largest air evacuation of civilians in American history.
British news, maybe that's a little bit better.
Low-risk offenders to be released on parole as
no, I think it'll sound better if we get
3 workers and almost 80 inmates have been infected in an outbreak.
Vintage broadcasts.
Warner Brothers gangster films from 1931. First, you're going to hear a composite of scenes from Little Caesar, and then that will move right into another composite of scenes with The Public Enemy from 1931. Now, Little Caesar, you'll hear Edward G. Robinson, and then in other roles, Stanley Fields and Thomas Jackson, and then in The Public Enemy.
So right now, we're just listening to some of the...
Murray Cannell, Edward Woods, and Jean Harlow is the girl in that. So, what do you say we roll it?
Yes, let's do it.
Gangster excerpts, Little Caesar and Public
Let's
Enemy
take some of these excerpts. I don't know what they're going to sound like, but
Well, with your mouth, you let me. What do you say? You won't be sorry for letting me in, Mr. Vittori. I'll shoot square with you. I'll do anything you say. I ain't afraid of nothing.
Well, you think you're a hard guy, huh?
Well, there's nothing soft about me, nothing yellow. I don't quit.
You got an idea you're good, huh?
Well, give me a chance to show you.
I guess you're good with a rod, too, huh?
Yeah, quick with it, that's what I am, and sure.
Well, I don't go around here. That's old stuff. This ain't the sticks.
Yeah, I get you.
All right? You stick around. But remember, I'm the boss, and I give all the orders. And when we split my way. And no squawks, you get me?
Yeah, sure, Mr. Vittori.
okay, there we go.
Come on in, meet the boss.
We got it.
Sure.
We're gonna...
Oh, they're 100% all right. Every one of them.
Okay, so...
Pastor. Can drive a car better than any mug in the town.
Gangster old.
He's little, but he's a good...
So, what you do is you just select a little piece of the audio that you like. You got this 30-second buffer over here. I don't think you could change that buffer, but I think it'd be cool if you had a 1-minute buffer. But now what you can do is you could rename everything over here, and I've actually got all of these saved clips from using this radio app, and I have all of this saved directly to my Dropbox. And I can also and the reason why I do that is because I have a travel computer that I also like to produce on, so it'll push to that as well. But then if you look over here on the radio samples, it will save them all as WAV files right here in my Finder within Ableton. So we've got that. It auto-warped. Maybe we'll keep it auto-warped for now. What you can do, and what I like doing a lot of the times, is putting this whole clip into a simpler and then slicing it up and then using the samples like that. You could even sequence it with an external sequencer and get some random cool little vocal hits. But I'm kind of liking how the whole thing is sounding. So I'm just going to move that here into our tune and then see if there are some places. There were some areas of this sample that I liked. So I'm thinking maybe we can, you know, put in some of those vocal samples in the 3 little breaks, the 2 little breaks that we have, the 1 long break, and then at the beginning. So let's try and...
I want to roll with your mouth, you let me. What do you say? You won't be sorry.
Orders. And when we split my way. But remember, I'm the boss. It's old stuff. This ain't the sticks.
Yeah, I get you.
All right? You stick around.
Okay. I like this part right here. I'm going to just cut that clip, move it towards the beginning. We can warp it a little bit differently, but let's see how this sounds in context.
All right? You stick around. But remember, I'm the boss. All right? I give all the orders.
I don't like that warp. I like it nice and slow.
All right.
A little too.
All right. You stick around. But remember, I'm the boss, and I give all the orders. And when we split... And when we split...
Here.
When we split my way. And no... All right. You stick around.
I'm gonna space these out a little bit more.
All right. You stick around. But remember, I'm the boss, and I give all the orders. All the orders. And when we split my way. And no squawks, you get me?
Yeah, sure, Mr. Vittori.
And no squawks, you get me? And no squawks, you get me?
Maybe we can move this house hit right over here. It's not, you know,
Way. And no squawks, you get me?
Yeah, sure, Mr. Vittori.
And no squawks, you get me?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
crop this clip, and I'm going to stretch this thing out.
Yeah, sure.
Just double it.
Yeah, sure, Mr. Vittori.
And actually, yeah, we should stretch all of these guys out as well. I should have done that in the first place. Let's crop those clips. And then, can I double them from here? I don't think I can. Oh, I can warp them all. And then I'll double that.
All right. You stick around. You stick around. You stick around. But remember, I'm the boss. But remember, I'm the boss. And I give all the order. And I give all the orders. And when we split my way.
I want to add a slight delay to those claps over here. They're pretty harsh. Actually, I'm going to pull it down over here, the hand clap, so it's not super loud.
And when we split my way. All right. You stick around. But remember, I'm the boss. And I give all the orders. And when we split my way. And no squawks, you get me?
Okay, so we got our little beginning. Let's see what this guy says over here.
I want to roll with your mouth, you let me. What do you say? You won't be sorry for letting me in, Mr. Vittori. I should swear with you. You won't be sorry for letting me in, Mr. Vittori. I should swear with you. You won't be sorry for letting me in, Mr. Vittori. I should swear with you. I'll do anything you say. I ain't afraid of nothing.
Well, you think you're a hard guy, huh?
Well, there's nothing soft about me, nothing new. I don't quit.
You got an idea you're good, huh?
I'll give you a chance to show you.
Well, I guess you're good as a rock.
And then, yeah, we'll use that same sample over here, but maybe we'll reverse it. And, or we'll pitch it down, and yeah, we'll just pitch it down. And then maybe at the very end, let's...
But remember, I'm the boss. And I give all the orders. And when we split my way. And no squawks, you get me? But remember, I'm the boss.
Maybe the "Remember I'm the Boss" will be the end sample we use. Right here, we will affect the heck out of that thing. We'll lower the pitch. Let's see. All right. Okay, we got our jam for the day. I'm kind of excited about this one. It turned out pretty decent, and it kind of tells a story. Okay, so let's go ahead and let me make sure we're on ARM exclusive. I'm going to record this in. Thank you so much for your time and your patience. And catch me tomorrow again on Twitch. That is where I stream this sort of setup every day. I do repost these on YouTube after about 24 hours. I think that's the whole thing with becoming a Twitch affiliate. So I have to wait 24 hours before I post it here. But wherever you want to find me, it'd be great to connect. You can find me at wonderfish.com or on your local favorite social media channel. So thanks again, and we'll see you again next time for Morning Pages. Aloha.
All right. You stick around. But remember, I'm the boss. And I give all the orders. And when we split my way. And no squawks, you get me?
Yeah, sure, Mr. Vittori.
I guess you're the right.
But remember,